Hello, everyone. Welcome back. It is a Saturday. I am your friendly neighborhood Prax. Welcome to the channel. It is the return of season 2 of Agapia, A Song of Agapia's Fortune, our high-level D&D campaign. These are my wonderfully fabulous players who are here to help me tell this story. So we should go around, let them all introduce themselves for you. And last time, 2 weeks ago, or 3 weeks ago actually now, because we missed 2 weeks, when we were here, we you were attempting to ascend a mountain and you made some new friends who just wanted to give you some big hugs. What can I what do you think is otherwise here to make friends with you? So why don't we start with Chris tonight?
Hi, everyone. I'm KG, Chris Geary on the Twitters. You, I am playing Javieth, the Begarale, aka the mouthpiece of Vestru, the god of death, who in this world is a comforting god, one that sees you off into the afterlife and brings peace to what sometimes is turmoil. Um, Possibly, I mean, we've been hinting at that Javieth has also got some other things going on, and some of those may be coming out um, in this. I mean, Vestru is anti-lich and anti-undead, so there's a little bit of that. But yeah, we may see more of the friends and how that plays a role for Javi.
Yes, indeed. We may indeed see more of the friends and see how Javi does. But directly above Chris, we have PB. Hey PB, how you doing? How you feeling?
Hi, I'm doing good, doing well today. Today I am playing Tibian Van Tuynen, who is a halfling monk. Um, she is a part of the council of Sakel, a small island, relatively, off to the east of the continent. And, we are seafaring people who are very fair to those who use our channels of ship movement. Everyone's got to pay taxes whether we like them or don't. And and she loves going out on adventure. She loves just having these cool experiences. And even though it's kind of smelly and having a little bit of just like just memories of certain corpse plants, um she's having a great time. She is very happy to be here. She is very excited to go kick some lich ass. And Tivian uses she, her, she, they pronouns, and so do I.
Very good, very good. Hi Lynn, how are you? How's life going for you tonight?
Things are good. Happy to be back playing with everyone this tonight. But yeah, I'm Lynn, she, they, and tonight I am playing Fiorella Beryl Ember, she, her, Tenerique's Glard in residence, and who is, in the midst of some life choices, getting married, fighting a lich, needs questions from said lich about, or needs to find someone that is being held by the lich, and has brought a sizable portion of the wedding guest invite list to this battle here. So it 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 is to her advantage that she keep most of them alive, because you know what, nothing's worse than an ill attended wedding. So we got it.
Yes, yes, indeed. Nothing is worse than an ill attended wedding. Absolutely nothing. Hi, Pope. How are you? How's life going for you tonight?
Doing all right. Hey, everybody, Pope here, Pope Robo on Twitter, Pope Robo on Twitch. I lurk in all your streams. Great to be back here with the Agapia crew playing Bandit. Both of us use he, him pronouns. And, oh, there are way too many things that are probably in this mountain that want to give very unfortunate hugs. Um, we've seen plants, but I'm thinking on the Family Feud board, there is probably something that is zombie related and probably something skeletal. We will see.
Little. Be. We shall indeed. But I mean, that's skeleton. That's skeleton friends.
Yeah, but I think there may be a bigger one.
Oh.
Skeletal Hydra, anybody? Skeletal Hydra.
Oh. Intriguing. Hmm.
Why did you put that out into the universe?
To be fair, Chris, my spouse, for one of their more legendary encounters, Golem Horse Hydra.
Yeah.
Oh.
Oh, so you mean the thing that at Christmas the Welsh do to go around having epic
There's
snark battles in rhyme.
there's much more meat, a lot more neighing, and it 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 it, it didn't breathe acid or fire or cold. No, no, it was a pouring gas clouds.
Good.
I mean, I have lots of respect for your spouse. Lots of respect for your spouse. But we should pick up where we left off with you and your current band of followers ascending a mountain on the border between Kingdom of Novigur West and the Empire of Varun, where you have reports of a lich having been perhaps not necessarily 100% disposed of at a certain point in time, and therefore their various, shall we say, friends, colleagues, employees, cultists have been propagating for a while, about 15 years, kind of, entrenched. You also know that there's possibility of at least one Darius druid, friend, confidant, other to a few members of your group being held in the captivity of the Lich. You did find a single way. Well, you know that there is a structure and area under the mountain, and you found an oculus that with which you could descend into. But you decided the 200 feet down was.
For some.
Yeah,
And we need the
some
whole
people.
we need the whole army, not just a couple of us. We're not that badass yet.
This is true. This is indeed true. So, you have dispatched a few friends that were guarding perhaps some path as an alternative to, things that happened. Um, zombie, corpse zombies, always a great thing. Corpse flowers, shambling mounds. All of these just want to be your friend. So I guess the question is, what do you where you are currently on the mountain? You've the oculus down is to your west. You've cleared the path to the east. And you are apparently, well, you only lost a couple people to injuries, but for the most, you have your named combatants.
If I remember correctly, we chose to go east to try and see if there's another way in.
Yes, I believe that is what you decided. To the east. Who's in charge? What are you doing? Let's get into some wonderful, wonderful basics of good fun times of D&D. Exploration. Which, I'm going to tell you right now, you might have a little bit of a difficulty being stealthy with an army at your back.
Fair.
I mean, a couple of them
The
have some
army has an issue with being stealthy. I just
That
want
is-
to clarify that.
That is fair. But if you're traveling with the army,
Yes. But I like if we have scouts out front, that's not necessarily like they could still be stealthy.
Yes. This is true.
But we're not gonna like sneak up on the lich. And I don't think that we even have a chance for that anyway, because they probably are in tune with their lair.
I mean, that's fair. True. So, what are you doing? Who's doing what?
Guess we're heading east, northeast, as it were.
Mm-hmm. Further ascending the mountain.
Yeah. I'll let the stealthier and incredibly faster members of the group decide who's going first.
I'm happy to scout ahead.
Do it.
Javi will pull up his hood
Mm-hmm.
and disappear.
Yep.
And then head down the path.
How far ahead are you going of everyone and
I'm gonna try and stay at the edge of where they're just out of eyesight. So that way, if I am found, they're not seen immediately. Gives them a beat or so before they encounter whatever I run
so
into.
what, like 40 feet, 50 feet, 100 feet?
It depends on if it's curvy or if it's straight. Like, I would pace myself to be like just, let's say, 30 feet beyond eyesight. So if I see them come into eyesight, I'll speed up a little bit, that sort of thing.
Mm-hmm.
Try and keep them just at the edge of what I can see.
Okay.
Because we're in the mountains, it's hard for me to give you a definite number.
Yeah, yeah, okay.
Other than that.
But you want to remain within like eyesight, mechanically speaking, let's say between 40 and 50.
Sure. Yeah. Yeah, that's fine.
I mean, you're invisible, they can't see you.
Yeah.
But
that's why it's up to me to
yeah.
make sure that I pace far enough ahead. But I don't know this terrain. We've run into a number of creatures that are haunting the area, and it's definitely some form of lair. So my guard is up, and I don't want to be so far out that I can't warn them of what's coming.
So you are working your way up the into the east, staying with your son to your back. Again, shifting ever closer to that border with further from at this point to the west would be well, no, remember we said mechanically speaking, even though on the map it says east and west, you're really thinking north is up and south on the map is down, and then just north and south along the mountain face, because the mountain runs north south, or well, the mountain range runs north south. So you make your way further and further north, south, further and further south, but still proceeding up. as you go, you can see fewer and fewer trees. Some of it looks like just normal weather, um, wear of the lessening of the tree line on a mountaintop, but some of it also looks intentional.
Hmm.
A level of removal of trees. You don't see many stumps of anything like that, or anything to give you like the indication that somebody went through here and deforested a population, but it
Mhm.
does seem like there was a thinning, perhaps. Um, also, and based with your just pure passive perception of a 20, it definitely gives the impression that perhaps a number of these trees were taken down over the years for various purposes.
Gotcha.
Uh, and as you ascend higher, uh, you begin to see more and more rock that seems to have been worked. Pieces laying here, there, rubble of what looks like stone that had been very obviously worked at some point, but is over the eons and ages, just pure weather has worn it down. You can see where it used to be perhaps a form of construction material. You begin to see more and more of this pathway being less and less rock and mud or caused by uh, mountain spring runoffs, and more being. You can see a few little cobblestones coming out of the dirt. Rock. Check.
Hmm.
For 15,
Yep.
you uh, can begin to see again these stone and cobbles, and it looks almost like a pathway or a roadway. Some ancient structure was here at some point. Quiet up on the at the moment. Almost natural.
Hmm. Javi will stop at this point and um, trying to verify like what items and such I have. Hmm. And before I was hearing at least some sounds of nature, correct?
Yeah, a few bird calls, the various chittering of insects and things, the wind flowing through the trees. Not a lot of nature sounds.
Mm-hmm.
You definitely didn't hear a lot right around the Oculus. Almost as if, but you still felt and heard nature as it was. Um, it's also getting difficult to hear the people.
At this point, I'm not going to continue forward, but I'm going to, well, I mean, somewhat forward, but I'm going to be scanning along the cliffside looking for some sort of hidden entrance. To me, it would seem, or to Javi, it would seem realistic that where the undead layer opens out into the natural world, nature would would shun that.
Um, you can make me a survival investigation.
Okay.
Your
Survival's fine. 21.
21. You can see as you come up across this path, and again, the large trees have fallen away. A few of the taller, more gnarly pines are coming, but it's a lot more lower shrub heights. You feel the wind a little bit more, but you struggle to hear it. And you see a slight tweak in the path where the cobbles continue to go up the mountain to the east, east northeast, kind of northeast generation or general direction. But you also see a shift, just a simple scuff mark, as if something had been gone over, perhaps a location, a place, not necessarily hidden with magic, but hidden from sight by just perhaps camouflage. And you can see where the road, a couple of those cobblestones, you see just a little bit of a break in which might be like perhaps a curb edge kind of forks itself, and based on that, you're pretty sure that there should be a fork that continues straight up the mountain instead of continuing to the northeast or continuing to the east. Well, south. And instead would take you further up the mountain.
I will wait at this fork, or perceived fork, and while I'm waiting, investigate what, like, is it a boulder that's in the way? Is it, like, what is it that seems to be camouflaging this path or blocking this path? And get ready to see if and if that's not doable, to see if there's a pathway around it to intersect with that on the other side.
It seems to be, as you look at it, and again, you kind of know a mountain.
Mm-hmm.
You spent some time along a cliff face growing up.
Yeah.
The not the temple, well, the monastery is Scrapman Baba. There are also this particular mountain range past. And you've experienced and noticed and seen what were at one point glacially deposited or something similar to that. Large boulders, size of a large boulder, not small boulder, large boulder. That were very obviously glacially deposited just because of the grooves and the wear and tear. As you look around, what looked almost at first glance as like just a sheer rock face is actually one of those glacially deposited boulders, but there's something off about the boulder itself. Now, it stands above you a good 25 feet in height total. And which is why, and the massive length of it, a good 30, 40 feet of length, gave the impression that this was just sheer rock face and that there was perhaps another path above and this had been left here. But there's something as you get closer to it where that pathway should be and where you know it should be. There's a distortion in the stone. You think if you tried, you might be able to open it. Almost like a pressure lock.
While I'm waiting for the group to catch up, I will investigate and see if I can find it.
All right, roll me investigation. What are the rest of you doing?
Trying to make sure we don't get ambushed again.
Trying to make sure you. That seems fair.
I am keeping an eye out for Javier at the front of the group.
He's currently invisible and he can't be.
I said keeping an eye out. I didn't say watching.
This is true. Very good cloak. They designed that. What you doing, Theo?
I think Theo is just checking up on the rest of our army, just checking in with people, kind of alleviating kind of like the anxiety that comes from, just kind of like we fought, we're here for a battle. It's a lot of quiet time, a lot of downtime now. And just kind of keep things from getting too quiet or too,
Could you how are you doing this?
I think she's just going from like group to group, just making sure like just checking with the commanders, just kind of flowing down, just kind of make sure everyone's healed. She can probably necessarily sense like kind of like anxiety and just kind of like will loose, just like warm up the crowd a little bit.
So go ahead and roll me a performance. Because followers, that's
Yeah. Yeah, you gotta keep the morale up.
Mhm.
And we 34.
okay. They're fine. They're very. You are everything to everyone. You know, like Cher came and performed. Notice I picked Cher for a reason. Grew up in the 80s and 90s, you would remember a very particular, very, very famous music video that might tie into this particular. But, Avi, you can't get that door open. You know it's
No
there.
worries.
You know what's going on. That there's something there, and you just.
Javi will just sit and wait and
You-
meditate.
Do you take the cloak off?
Not until he hears footsteps.
Okay. So maybe 5 minutes. Maybe 10. Yeah, 5 minutes. Sorry. Tibian is in the front. 5 minutes. Even when Tibian is being, conservative and in speed to kind of keep pace with everybody else, still the fastest monk in the world. Fastest half. Definitely. So, after 5 minutes of meditation, you would hear Tibian. Well, unless Tibian wanted to be stealthy.
It's a little hard to be stealthy when you have an army at your heel.
This is true.
Not as stealthy, but very perceptive, or at least trying to be. Bless you. You're muted, Chris.
As soon as I hear footsteps, I will basically pull back the cloak and stand up.
Tibian has seen you do this before, so is not going to be disconcerted by Bobby just appearing from nowhere.
It's gonna be just it'll be like one of those games where for like the past minute Tibian has been trying to like bet with herself, like which of these like very likely locations Chris would be Javi would be standing in. And I'm just like, oh yeah. And then I see them stand up and I'm like, damn it. I thought that was the other side. um I'll I'll walk up to Javier and I'll say, uh, why did you stop?
This is. There's a fork here. This boulder is a door. I don't know how to open it, but it's a door.
It's a weird looking door. I'll go grab Vanderbrust. I'm sure they will know what to do. And I'll just speed through the army to get the Vanderbrust.
There are a couple people you kind of like move through, and they're like, "Wait, what? Who is that?" Halfling can move through people's spaces.
And I'll pop up on Vanderbrust and be like, "Oh, hi!" Tug on your robe.
Wow.
Javier believes there is a door where there is not a door, and I suppose you would probably be the best at that.
Okay. Is the door trapped? Or is it just strange?
I mean, it looks a lot like just the land around us, but I trust Javier, and I am dragging
Okay.
Vanderbrust through the army.
Excuse me. Pardon me.
You get a couple people who are like a couple of soldiers who are like, watch where you're going, kind of level of grumpy. I mean, it is getting warmer and warmer as time, and but it's the same under the sun, but at the same time it's cold. The air is thinner. But they're all very high morale because Theo rolled a 34.
Meanwhile, they're just humming away at whatever Theo did.
Exactly.
Right. So, how does this not a door look aside from boulderish?
It's
Cliff
a very
face.
large boulder, but as you can notice, and he points to the ground, and kind of points out the curb cut and the scuff marks. Travel went this way, and this is not how naturally deposited boulders appear in this range.
Fair. I would like to move around the boulder.
I mean, it's like 50.
That's a really big boulder.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I said it looked like a cliff.
Okay. Going to do the classic sort of tapping, listening to see if there's an echo or anything hollow around said boulder.
You can roll me an investigation
Awesome.
as you tap away rock, granite, mica.
27.
You realize that there is indeed a door, and it's just to the left of where Javi was looking and gesturing. And by left, I mean like 6 inches. And
Okay.
it's a pressure plate. Almost like somebody had taken this cliff face boulder and carved into a pressure, one of those
Yeah.
pressure doors where you push in a little bit and it pops out.
don't
Grab it.
trust it. So going slightly past that
Mhm.
to where the area is still a little bit hollow. Pass wall.
Where it's still hollow.
Yeah. So that way we're not using the possibly trapped door.
Okay, well, the hollow space only seems to be about maybe 8 feet wide.
Cool.
The hollowness goes. So
Yeah, well, with pass wall is rather significant spell.
no, I understand. I'm not saying like that, but I'm saying how far. Okay, so you up to 5 feet wide. All right.
5 feet wide and up to 30 feet away.
Yeah. But yeah.
5 feet wide, 8 feet tall, 20 feet deep.
Yeah. My point is like for your edification, it sounds like that the hollow point is just the width of the 8 foot of probably a door. So if you wanted to be away from the door, you're not going to be hollow.
Yeah, but again, I've got 20 feet of range, so just kind of like here to essentially enter. Here's our
Trying to
door.
take an angle.
Yeah.
Okay. I was like, you're going into the rock? No, you just want to enter. You just want to enter that point away from where the door itself. Okay.
Yeah, away from where I would put a trap.
Thank you. I'm glad we had the, thank you for the clarification. Makes my life easier. Casting time. You
One
can
action.
Yeah, one action. Okay, that was the thing. I was like, okay, casting. You cast the spell and you can make this little angled cut or basically around what would be the door frame into the door, into the passway that's behind the door. And there's a archway tunnel, extends. Maybe you don't have dark vision, but you can see light at the end. Sunlight.
Nice. Taking a ball bearing, casting light on it, hucking it in, and then doing this just in case something goes boom.
Roll me athletics to chuck a ball bearing.
20.
Acrobatics, but we'll take it.
Oh, okay. Sorry.
It's fine.
Hey.
I was like, pretty sure your dex, but it doesn't matter. You chuck it in, it rolls down, about halfway down this tunnel. You realize it's maybe 75 feet post. Nothing explodes. See stone, worked stone, carved in an arch. Stable.
Looks safe. Don't know if it is safe, but looks safe.
Good enough for me. And Tivian will Tivian can see in the dark. I'll still walk in until I don't see light anywhere. So I can't see any further.
Well, I mean, you cast light on this
Oh, true.
Ball
bearing,
Run
and so
toward the
that's
tiny
about
phone.
halfway down the 75-foot passageway. So you will
Oh.
lose like general light. Like you can see daylight at the end of this 75 feet, and the halfway
Yeah.
point, which is going to be 37 feet, you can because you would lose 15 feet in front of you. So you can see it, and when you get to the 15 feet, you can just kind of see the light cast by. It's light, so it's bright light, right? The light spell is bright light, so
It's
you can
enough to read by.
Yeah. So you can see it's 50, you can just make out the pathway that continues straight ahead to the light on the ball bearing, and then beyond that to the daylight behind.
My 300 feet of dark vision. Do I get any more clarity?
Oh, it's a very nice, very beautifully structured, arched 8 feet wide, 20 about 15 feet tall. So not the full 25 feet of this boulder that's in front of you. Beautiful archwork. Definitely looks like not a lot of mortar is involved, so a lot of pressure structure on the stones that are holding this arch. You could perhaps roll history to find if you want to find out any more.
I'll lean over to Tibian and be like, the architecture is exquisite. Be careful, traps may be hard to find.
I'm sure it'll be fine, but I will take your words to heart. And I will I'll just start moseying my way down the tunnel.
So, very important question: are you going through the pass wall tunnel that Vanderbilt created, or are you going to try and open the actual?
I'm just gonna roll it. I'm just gonna roll it because I would like to see if I just want to see if I hit it. I'm not. What do I need to roll? Investigation
to see if you get the door. I mean, you can roll investigation. You can roll investigation with advantage because of the pass through the wall that's open.
Absolutely, I will. No, I don't. I make I paw at the wall and just in case, it's like right there. There's like a button that no one saw, and I just hit a part of the wall, and I wait to see if I hear anything, and if I don't, I'm just like, God damn it, and I just start walking down the path that Vanderpress made.
With a 21 in history, Javi, you are very positive that this particular structure predates the Sundering.
Oh.
Oh.
So a pre-civilization, or pre-colonization civilization.
I mean, it's not really colonization, it's an exodus, an evacuation.
Yeah. True.
I think there's an intentionality in colonization that really isn't present when you have a mass number of people fleeing the destruction of an entire continent.
Yeah, because it's not a colony at that point. So
it's a refuge.
But yeah. Javi will keep that in mind. Doesn't know what to make of it at this point, so won't do anything or say, make any comments at this time.
Tibian, you're just walking down this hallway, right?
Yes, I am looking out for traps where I can. Before the darkness into the light again.
Okay, so you can roll me a perception at disadvantage because without dark vision.
Right, and then that goes back to normal then.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like I'm moving like the little pin from advantage, disadvantage. All right, back to the middle before I even get to put it down. 13.
Nothing seems to be striking out at you. It's well made. Polished floors. It's 8 feet wide. You got plenty of space. You get to the ball bearing and the light that's there. You can see the sunlight at the other end of the tunnel.
Like halfway through, as I'm passing the ball bearing, and I'm like, oh, Javier, that's right. This does look really good.
You don't see any adornment or carving. It's just very, very well made, well structured, but not like anybody took time to carve in.
Just to make a solid, good passage. Yeah, I keep going down, just keeping an eye out for where I can, but also admiring, the efforts of people from before, people of the past.
Theo, what are you doing?
Um, you know what? I will join my friends, and you know what? This might be a little easier for Fio not to set up traps because she can just like float over them. But she does have 30 feet of dark vision or magical sight, so I will also look for traps on the way to meeting Tibian further down.
Okay. Roll me a perception.
17.
Nothing looks
All right.
very nice, solid construction.
And when I reach Tibian, well, I'm not terribly surprised that you made it. So and today, traps, what's your opinion on this before we send an entire army of our friends down here?
Um, I I don't see anything. Granted, there is a good portion of this tunnel that I cannot see, but it looks pretty all right. I haven't exploded yet.
No, no. I'm pretty sure that you wouldn't be exploding. I think we just hear the explosion and then you running out of it. So,
You know me too well.
mm.
How about you? Anything of interest?
Other than it just being a hidden tunnel, nothing really, nothing interesting decor and all.
Surprisingly, yeah. I mean, surprisingly well made. And we're saying this as we're walking down this this tunnel.
So you make your way down the tunnel, walking fast and homebound. Avi, what are you doing?
Javi will wait since he's kind of like seen the length of the
Mhm.
tunnel, right?
Yeah, it's about 75 feet. Yep.
He'll wait for the army and kind of like follow along with them in case there is a trap that was missed and anyone gets hurt to tend to them.
I have a very important question for Vanderbilt.
Yes?
Your pass-through wall lasts an hour.
Hour. Yeah.
At 5 feet wide, and not get higher army. Well, you can get your army most of them.
Well, then let's open the door.
All right, let's try the door.
You know where it is.
I will try the door. I'm not gonna make someone else do it. So
You push on it exactly where you know it is, and you hear click, 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 coo. You feel a little bit of resistance, almost like somebody hasn't oiled hinges in eon. And then the door will pop out just a little bit. And it's again about 15 feet tall, wide, slab o' stone. You have a number of very ardent young soldiers who will. Adama will take one look at what you're doing and gesture to a bunch of the members of Walaba to help you pull this 8-foot wide, 15-foot
bank vault door.
Yeah, giant bank vault door with no handles open.
I mean, a few of them could run through to the other side and push.
This is true. They kind of do. They will do that if you request it of them. It is. You also realize that the door itself is a good 12 inches thick.
I built this to handle bombards.
I think that 21 still. Avi, with your history knowledge and what you see when the door is finally opened, and the lack of adornment you see on this, perhaps, Um, you think that this was perhaps originally constructed as a escape tunnel?
Ah, we're entering an ancient structure, one that predates the Sundering. That is what I'll mention to Bandibus.
Oh, right. A Lich of Unknown Providence is in a place that predates the Sundering. That's great.
I mean, it makes sense, doesn't it? Like, that's off the beaten path, it's off the maps, no one would know it's here.
Yes,
How
I'm just
they found it would be
well.
intriguing.
Either they were here when it's made, in which case we're dealing with an exceptionally old Lich, or they found it later, which would make me feel less terrified. Um, but we're still dealing with undocumented magics,
Yes.
which
We're
I
also
don't think I need to tell you. We need to make sure that this place does not make word back to the university until more reputable individuals have gone through it and documented it.
of course. This also, one thing to keep in mind is we're dealing with infernal contracts. It's possible this lich is from a bygone era and was brought back rather than lived the entire time. When it comes to dealing with devils, you cannot be too certain as to where they pull their resources from.
In some ways, it's better to go in blind. I'm very worried about symbol spells. They take a long time and are a major investment that can do a great deal of damage.
Well then, let's be on the lookout because this lich unfortunately has had a great deal of time. And you'll actually hear a little bit of frustration in Javi's voice.
The first thing one would do is probably put in the fear symbol. The next one, you don't do the killing spell, you do the confusion. It's when you get closer to something important that the killing spell comes out.
Yes. Well then, let's keep up with the rest, so
Alright.
we don't get no one gets too far ahead without being prepared.
So, us and the army are going into the secret tunnel.
You and the army are entering the secret tunnel and making your way down. Tibian and Theo are, at this point, exiting the secret tunnel. And you exit into this. Open cliff face and a bridge, half broken. You can see a number of trees and rocks and river below you. But Avi and Bandivers will eventually emerge. You can see the broken tiles, the wide, stately entrance. Again, well made, well constructed. The damage seems to have been taken by time and years. You don't see any form of extra decoration. You see a number of 3 torches about 20 you see a torch placement every 20-30 feet as you make your way down this portion. You can see this portion of the bridge, and you can see the other side of the bridge beyond maybe a 20-foot gap. You know that it looks there.
I will tap my rod into the ground and I will cast detect magic to see if there's anything going on here.
You do not sense any active magics around you.
And I will I mean it'll just stay up until it goes away, but
Yep.
I'll look around the bridge, slowly approaching the edge where I could see it's dilapidated and broken off.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm looking at, and I'm still talking to Theo at this point. We're just at this point. It was a long walk. And so we're just probably chatting about something or other, maybe like the wedding or the guest. Oh, once I bet you what we're doing is we're gossiping about the brothers because that's the new hot goss.
Yeah, it's like, I think you're right. I think, oh, where should we put them with? Oh, this is gonna make things weird. Well, maybe they can, bury the hatchet on this and this, bond through common battle. Seems to be.
It's like you might have to rethink some seating arrangements. I think it is. I think having them at the same table is going to be. I mean, it could be really fun. I mean, it depends what you're feeling.
I guess it all depends on who's next to them, but it is a complex web of social dynamics with these things. You move someone, you have to move other people. It's like just cards everywhere, and drama's good,
Yeah,
but unwanted drama that isn't solely focused on us isn't a good thing. Unwanted drama.
Exactly.
Sometimes you want that time delayed. Sometimes you do want that time delayed.
Yes, because like no one ever lets you eat at these things. Like everyone is always coming up to you. They're always congratulating you. Like a well-placed delayed drama would like give you a good chance to like sit down, eat, get off of your feet. I'm sure you're gonna have some gorgeous shoes.
Yes.
Going with your wedding dress.
Oh, of course. Yeah, just have to wait till they're nice, and you have to wait until quiets down, and then things can get interesting again, because everyone's had a little bit to drink, and look at this bridge.
I know. How? What's the gap? How big could I estimate that gap being?
It's about 20 feet.
20 feet?
Well, let me see.
You know what?
Actually, I will be...
It's 15 in some places, 20 in others.
Yeah, there you go.
You know what? This is an insurmountable obstacle. Let's just turn back. As she says, as you look at her floating.
Vivian also laughs. Yeah, so you know what? I completely agree. Absolutely. This gap too much, too far. Let's just go home.
Yes. Lich problem.
I didn't.
Can wait. It's just a broken bridge.
Exactly. It's like, I mean, what's the worst that they can actually do, I'm walking around and like jumping in places on the bridge to see if it makes any like.
I think Theo will use this opportunity to kind of like float to the side a little bit, and like kind of like look underneath the bridge when Tibian like jumps on it.
Well, if you look underneath,
yeah.
Does Theo have under any history with engineering?
No.
It's got a really nice arch and it's broken.
Unless it is stage work stuff. No, absolutely not. No.
No, it is very much not stage work,
Mm-hmm.
as it were.
I think she's just looking at like if once even just like if there's like she's mostly looking for pieces that like will like fall if Timian jumps and stuff like that, or looking for things that like sway in unsettling ways is mostly what she's looking for.
With that passive perception, you don't see it. It looks it. You could roll an investigation to see more information from the top, but you have a single arch suspension bridge coming of stone coming from both sides, and you can, if you look down, you realize. I have a question. Are you flying or hovering?
Kind of hovering.
Mm-hmm. What are the mechanics on your hover?
Is let me see flying. I don't think there is. It just says you. Oh, I mean they are flying. They're technically flying, but Fio is hovering.
Okay, so
Boot,
Fio,
boots
but the
have
actual, you are
They-
actually mechanically flying.
mechanically flying.
It's a very important distinction
flavoring,
because
hovering. Yes,
because
there's levitation.
hovering is not the same thing as flying. And when you look down, you realize it's a very long way down, and there are a bunch of tops of trees a good 150, 200 feet below you. There's a long way. You're just hovering.
That means you drop. Yeah.
But if you're mechanically...
you drop and you won't. I mean, you won't hit the ground, but it won't be like great.
No, and there would be the question of whether or not you would achieve terminal velocity. But you're flying.
Yes.
Tibian, you are still on the bridge, investigating the end. You can roll me investigation if you wish.
Yeah.
Fio's just like, nope, nothing. We could try it with someone heavier.
True. I mean, we are going to have a bit of an army coming over this.
You see,
if we figure out a way to close the gap.
You see a lot of wear and weathering has taken from this gap. Whatever caused the original gap, it's been worn kind of like sea glass or a pebble that's been rolled at the edges. The moss has grown up around it. There's some little sprigs of grass trying to grow through the grouts in between a couple of these paving stones. It seems stable.
I mean, everything looks good up here. I guess the biggest issue is going to be, what are we putting over this so an army can go past it?
I mean, there are options. I'm figuring if Brandibus and Javier, anyone else in the army has any ideas. I have certain ideas, but I would just like to save things for our Neville confrontation with whatever Lich just happens to be. But there are things she'll gesture down. There are plenty of trees down here if we absolutely need them.
I'll look over the edge and I'm like, when we fall? Or...
Well, there's all sorts of ways, but...
I desperately would like to know how you want to carry these trees up here.
You could always animate them. I'm curious to see a tree climb a cliff. Or I could just roll out a glittering carpet on this thing and everybody can just walk over, but I want to see what everyone else thought.
I think at this point the others would start to, you can hear them starting to come out of the
just on time. We do have a little bit of obstacle. Said bridge and said missing part of the bridge and said lethal fall and some trees.
Well, take me some time, but we can bridge the gap. That's not too difficult.
I mean, I did float over the edge, so if you're expecting some sort of like, magical tentacle or great beast from downstairs, I don't think it's gonna come up here.
Right. Well, I can bridge the gap. It just takes me some time to make sure that the bridge of the gap is permanent. Takes about 10 minutes.
Well,
I mean,
don't,
we have time. There's only
yeah,
a lich on the other side.
I don't think things are
Thanks.
incredibly pressing that we can't take 10 minutes to set up a permanent solution to this.
I will attempt to cast Wall of Stone.
Okay. Using the wall as a
It is a spell that is meant to do the thing.
yes.
It actually merges with the stone that is extant.
Mm-hmm.
It'll be 6 inches thick. It can
10 foot by 10 foot.
actually,
10 foot by
we'll do
10 foot panels.
20-foot panels will be 3 inches thick actually, but it'll bridge the gap.
I mean, I don't know that you need. Here, let's see. How many do you need? You only need 50 feet. You only need 25 total.
Okay.
So 10 by 10, 10 foot by 10 foot.
Okay, so I can make it good and thick.
Yeah. You would be double the amount of area that you would.
All right, so let's try for.
In theory, Bandabris, can you reinforce the rest of the bridge? Because I'd hate for this wall of stone itself to collapse the weaker parts.
If you give me 20 minutes, I can probably do it. I'll just cast this twice.
I don't think that we're in a rush. Everybody stand on guard.
Oh, having everyone stand on guard. Could I get
Actually,
perception checks from everyone?
I have a different idea.
Okay.
Okay.
Rax,
Yes.
I would like to use a spell in an unconventional manner.
Which spell would you like to use, and which manner would you like to use it in?
Galder's Tower?
Okay.
It takes same amount of casting, 10 minutes. For 24 hours, it builds a 2-story tower made of stone and wood or similarly sturdy materials as a building.
Yes.
And the building itself takes up 100 square feet.
Are you wanting to just construct a whole new bridge?
I'm essentially using the tower to bridge the gap, and we just enter the building through one door and exit another.
Oh.
We have a
you
tower
don't,
bridge.
You might be able to do this, but you do not think that it would be like the actual tower bridge. It wouldn't be coming from the bottom up and you'd walking through the top. You would have to build the tower so that it spanned the two pieces of the broken. Okay. You can roll me an Arcana.
Just a sideways tower.
I like this idea. I don't dislike it. Let's see how well Bandabris is at adapting technology ideas, right? Spells.
30.
He's very good at it, apparently. Very, very good at it. So yes, this will work. It will take you 20 minutes as you begin to do this. Can I get perception checks from everyone else, please? Not Bandabris. You're busy.
Nope.
28.
28. Just for fun, why don't we have our dear friend Sama roll?
Good.
With 26, he's okay with that. And oh yes, and Baral, who is also here. How is he at the percent? Bad.
Also 26.
Dama and Varal. There's
There's
something.
a rivalry.
Yes, indeed. Well, not really. They're just sides. So, what does this look like as you are casting this ritual?
There's a lot more sweat running down Vanderbuss's face as he's having to break with the standard formula, and the forming that sort of arcane image in mind outside of the standard template. So there's a bit more just overall physical and mental strain as the hands are gesturing to the way that this is going to be laid out and laid across the span and sort of wrapping around the extant bridge to fill in the gaps that time has torn away and make it all into one solid structure that'll last for at least the next 24 hours.
Wow, this is good. Tibian, you, Dama, Brawl. That. Loud. Cry. Breaks. Silent. Distant. Echoes. Your bone. It doesn't seem that others don't seem to react to it. They don't hear.
I look around for a moment to see if anyone reacted, and seeing most people not reacting. But do I see Adama or Varal react from my my location?
Oh yeah, you see them react.
So I know it's not a just in my head attack.
No.
Some of the things Fio has told me about some new things she learned really had me a little freaked out about what people can do in my brain without my permission.
Both Adama and Varal seem to be looking around. Adama's shifted the shield off of his back and onto his arm. And seems to be starts shouting orders to get the troops into some sort of, because they were kind of sitting around waiting for the wizard to finish doing wizardy things.
Moon.
And
I will,
in classic
as in classic. Oh, we have to wait for the wizard again.
Look, it's classic infantry. It's classic infantry behavior. Oh wait, we have to stop it. Hurry up and wait. Is the classic comment.
If they want to try and build a bridge across this gap faster than 20 minutes, be my guest.
To be fair, if we were dealing with an actual infantry, I would give them even odds on that. How fast could they pontoon this? 20 feet.
We both know the grunts wouldn't do it in any way that any actual material could get across aside from grunts.
That's fair. The Navy did it, other things would happen, but grunts, yes. So,
As they are ordering the infantry to get ready, the first people I looked to were my companions to see if any of them reacted, and was really nervous when none of them did. Except Bandabras, because I know that they're busy building a literal bridge. But then after seeing Dom and Varal kind of like pop off, I turned around and I'm like, "Did you guys not hear that?"
No.
Uh,
What?
and I look at you like, "What? Like, what do you mean what?" Because to me in my ears it's still ringing.
and you can't be
and
sure,
it's-
but air moving quickly.
It is the sound of wings flapping. Do you guys? I mean,
No.
a dragon. It sounds like a dragon is approaching.
She'll look up. She'll look up around.
All of you may now try and make perception checks at advantage because, except for Bandbris, if he's as long as he's continuing to cast.
I have too much concentration.
Because of
28. Oh boy. And again.
For some reason, when I change it to roll with advantage, it's not coming through. 24.
you can hear it now. It definitely sounds like perhaps a large creature cries, wings beating. Ants.
No one panic, but take defensive positions.
No panic.
What are you doing? I will give you this moment right now.
So there's the bridge, right? What does the area between the tunnel and the bridge look like?
Basically, it's just like a small shelf, for lack of a better term. And by that I mean it's like maybe a total of 50 feet semicircular area where the bridge meets the edge of the tunnel. And so it's, you know, maybe 25 feet all told of radius.
So realistically, how much is the army filling up of that area then?
Probably of this area behind you.
Yeah.
No. I'll put it probably about this much. A lot of it.
Okay.
They are kind of clumped
I'm
together,
just thinking,
coming out of an 8-foot
just
tunnel.
it's like logistically, where is a dragon gonna stand, you know?
Looking at right where Randfist is working, it's like right there.
Yeah, I'm just like, ooh. I am. And is it cliffside on this side also of the tunnel?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So it's a sheer drop down, a couple hundred feet. And there's the bridge that breaks, and then on the other side, there's another little cliff face. It's almost like this was built over a ravine. And once it gets to the other side, it expands outward.
Yeah. Okay. I'm going to stand in a defensive position close to Bandabras, like not on top of Bandabras, but within Approximately 15 feet away from Bandabris. So if something does end up causing an AoE attack on them, I can, in fact, just move them or help them with a dex save if necessary.
Yep. Theo and Javi, what are you doing in these these particular moments? Last few minutes.
Oh no.
As time is passing, are we getting any sort of like bead on the direction?
It seems to echo around you, but maybe. What did you roll,
24.
Javi? You're pretty sure, and the reason you get this versus Tibian or even Adama or Viral, even though they rolled higher than you did, or even Theo, because you spend a lot more time invisible. You would be more concerned with above at the moment.
I will move to Adama and ask him if he has archers to watch the skies.
He will shout, and I'm not going to ping my mic to do it. Archers up. You'll have a beginning of a shield wall has begun to form around this, semicircle between both the orcs and the humans. Brawl has started positioning a number of his people along with behind, kind of intermingled with the archers, behind the shield wall that is being put up by Adama and the other brothers, the sons of.
Excellent.
And because I like this, and I like all of you, as you look up the skies, look up, brief moment, and you see it pierce through the sun that's in your face. A large, spectral, moving figure of a looks like the stories of dragon. Something upon it. And that's where we're going to take the break for the evening. We're going to go ahead, stretch, bio, get some refreshments, perhaps some popcorn, and we will see what happens when we come back. And, spectral dragons, yo.
All right, Brandibus, you're stuck playing Fortnite across this bridge.
Hello, everyone. Welcome back. As we
Oh.
return to
Oh.
part 2.
On the map
Oh.
now. It's on the map now. Oh no.
Yeah, it's on the map now. We are part 2 of our continuing portion of episode 9 of season 2 of Song of Agapia's Fortunes, where there's a bridge being reconstructed, a army, small force, exploratory force. I should be more considerate. It's only an exploratory. You have about 100. 80 all told. And no, 100. 100 and your group and the appearance streaking down from the sky of a spectral being, large, massive wingspan, which you can kind of see through it. An eerie ray. Cries that echo into your bone. And I need everybody here to make a charisma saving throw, please. And thank you.
I'll spend one of my luck.
You're going to spend one of your luck?
Yes.
Yes, that might be good.
I'm gonna spend one of the ones from chat. Thank you,
Yes, that would also perhaps be good.
chat. I don't know if it'll help.
Fortunately, it doesn't.
No.
Tibian and Theo and Bandbris all save. You needed an 18. Fortunately, Javi does not save. Javi, you are currently frightened for this round.
Okay.
Because you are literally looking at something that no one has seen, or even the appearance of anything that they have seen in 2000. I should also make your minions roll. Well, most of the army will be very frightened this round. A number of the bards are okay, but still a little disconcerted. Let's see how Adama and Viral do, however. You know, just to... $14. No, Charisma will be, poor Adama will be frightened this round. And Viral, how did he do? Oh, well. He's fine. Viral is okay. The bards are doing better than the soldiers. What? At, surviving. Oh, wait, no, hold on. I have to re-roll Adama. I forgot, he has
Is
a
it
thing.
self-delusion or is it fearlessness? Let's figure out which one.
He has a thing. he has a thing that means I get to roll with advantage, and nope. Still nothing. Let me see. But poor Adama. So round 1, however, they do not get a surprise round on you. Now we need to roll initiative.
Cool.
Please, while I reset the list.
Okay, let me get quick for you. There we go. Oh.
Oh, it not 20'd. That's even better. Oh.
Cool. No.
Technically, I'm going to let both of them go in the same action because, you know, whatever is on the back of this giant creature that you can't quite see yet because it's still a good distance above you is on the back of it. All right. Thea. Oh wait, we need to add. Hold, please. I almost forgot to add our two besties here. And their minions will go on their respective minions will go on their turn.
Oh, what about the clerics?
Yes, clerics. You also have clerics. Hold, please. I have to roll for the clerics. No, I forgot something. Nope, the clerics are very much in the not doing anything this round. So I'm going to roll for Dama. Roll a 4. Oh wait, why did it? Oh, because I clicked the wrong thing. And we're all sorry, everybody. Lots of moving pieces when you have an army. Adama got a 4. And Viral, what do you get? A 9. Not much better. But we begin at the top of the round with Theo. You can just make it out. It is perhaps maybe 50 feet above you.
50 feet.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Well, the good news is, when we survive this, we'll certainly have a story to tell. As it is, music, places, everyone. And I'll cast Bardic Inspiration, and I'll use Mantle of Inspiration on our friends. How many people do I have? I have 5 creatures, so 1, 2, 3, 4, and you know what? For all, we'll get temporary hit points, 14 temporary hit points.
Viral has 14 temporary hit points.
Yes.
Okay. All right. I'll make sure I remember.
And everyone can use their reaction to move however they want if they so wish, but
Immediately?
if they want to, yeah.
Okay.
If they so wish. But Theo is going to float 20 feet in the air. Ooh, and then I'm going to... Do I want to use that yet? You know, let's start things off a little early with this. 60 feet. It's 50 feet up, correct? Or 30 feet up.
Yeah, it's 50 feet at a downward dropping angle.
Oh, okay.
It like in a dive.
Okay. I will I will do. I'll cast hypnotic pattern just right in the midst of this dragon.
Okay.
30-foot cube of glittering, swirling clouds. And kind of like pulsating like quick lights, like a strobe light going through it.
Cool. What is the save it needs to make?
The save it needs to make is 21.
21, what?
at wisdom saving throw.
It's a 12. Remind me of the effect of hypnotic pattern.
Sure, I'll put it in the thing. Where is it?
Yes, pop it in the chat for me for a second. That would make my life a little easier.
Okay.
Oh, sorry. As you look, it kind of doesn't even seem to notice this giant pattern as it flies through it.
Okay.
You would realize that it is probably immune to being shocked.
Ah, that's unfortunate.
It is also, you know, spectral, so. But it is up now. Your hypnotic pattern is up.
Okay. And that's it.
That is it for your turn. There we go. Tibian. Hi.
It is. Hi, hello, hi. This drago, very large bird is still up in the sky.
Yes, but it
coming
seems
down.
to be in a dive.
Can I discern exactly, like, does it look like a bird that's like going in for like a landing, or does it look like a bird that's gonna do a flyby?
I mean, you've been at sea before. You've seen hawks dive for prey in the water.
Yeah.
It's kind of that dive. Dive, grab, back up.
I am going to go and run in front of Bandibus, who's playing Fortnite right now, and ready in action to attack this bird once it gets close enough, if it gets close enough.
Mm-hmm.
And I'll say, prepare yourselves. It looks like it is going to dive, it's diving for prey. And, Vanderus, either hurry up or get ready to fight a bird. That will be, and yeah, just a normal attack is what I'm gonna prepare.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Normal attack when within range of your weapon. Correct?
Yes.
Which
15
is
feet.
15 feet. So cool. So it is going to continue its downward dive. As you see this thing for the first time, you can just see the mists coalescing and slightly disappearing. The edges of the creature get a little lost and fuzzy, and then they kind of clarify as it kind of comes down just behind you, Tibby. Comes down over your head, so it's not like it's... Well, it kind of could go through. You think it could go through if you wanted. Well, maybe Bandibus, you're a little shorter to the ground. And will attempt... Oh wait, there are two Tibians on the map. Tibians on the...
I couldn't control one, so I had to put myself on the map.
That works. I'll get rid of that. I'm just gonna put a couple, you know, these are our generic placeholder individuals. There's Adama. Oh. He's frightened for this round. Got a couple up there. And our friendly neighborhood big flying creature going to try and basically get everybody here Yeah, everybody.
Is it,
Oh, god damn it.
is it close enough to me to hit it?
Yes, you can make an attack as it will, cause everything basically behind you in a 90-foot cone to, you just see it just go breathe in and go in this giantly static, ghosty breath. You can still attack it.
17.
Oh, the 17 will hit.
Oh shit! Wasn't expecting you to say that.
Uh-oh.
No,
Oh,
it's
gosh,
a big frickin' target. It is huge. Officially.
I wasn't. Oh gosh. All my plans were suddenly like surprised. Okay. Yeah, I'll hit it. Whatever. Okay, I would like to use a key point to attempt to stunning strike it.
Okay.
So that is a con save against a 17 DC.
Con save?
Yeah. Jesus, can I stop rolling ones? Oh my god.
29.
Yeah. Oh my god. Gee. Okay. All right. Okay.
Mm.
How can we trade rolls on this one?
Well, you will do 8 bludgeoning damage. And I'm. Why? I made it smaller to try. Didn't work. But whatever. Flying over here. You will do 8 points of damage to it. Good to know. As it will then proceed to blow on everybody behind. Cool. Let's start with Dama's gonna fail. Because he's right. No, well, yeah, he's currently frightened. He's incapacitated by fear. Which means Viral gets to make a on save.
Oh boy.
Nope, Viral will fail. Adama will fail. Let's see how many of the we're just gonna roll. Got the orc fighters, the orc bards, human fighters, and the clerics. The dwarven clerics. We're gonna roll 4d20s. They need to roll, by the way, guys, they need a 21. So they need to beat a 15 on the die.
Someone did.
Clerics made it.
The clerics made it! Clerics made it. So, everybody else...
Who rolled the 2?
The orc bards.
Oh, nice.
Orc bards, orc fighters, human fighters, clerics. Everybody else takes 40 cold damage.
They have
Cool.
14 temporary hit points.
For Viral, yeah, those are gone. Luckily, he is also not you know. Yeah, he's I have to do more complicated math for him, and luckily Adama is oh, okay. Oh yeah, sorry. Luckily he's doing okay. I mean, that's a lot of cold damage. He didn't like it. The fighters seem to are going to come out of this better than than a lot of people, but you will probably lose a couple of the bards and a few of well, I mean, they'll be a lot more damaged. It's 40 cold. And they are currently frightened, and unfortunately for this creature, if they are currently frightened, by this creature as it comes around and spins and makes a beginning circling back up motion. They 40 minus 14 is 26. Brawl is okay. No one's died yet, but a couple people look really not good, and a big chunk of your fighting force is currently incapacitated. However, we also have our friend. Oh, he's you see him pull a sword, gesture with his hand along the blade, and you can see it ignite as it lifts it off. He also looks perhaps not very solid. And they're going to spiral back up a little bit so that they're back about 40 feet up. Bandbris! You continue casting your tower.
I have to drop it in the spell slot. This is too much. It just went into too many of our allies. So, goodbye, third level spell slot. How close is this thing to me? And can I see the rider?
From where you are, I don't think you can physically see the rider. Is the large beast is in between you two. I mean, I guess you kind of can in the sense that this is a spectral beast, but I wouldn't say you have line of sight.
I don't
Right
have
there.
LOS. Okay.
For mechanical purposes, the dragon is above you, and whatever the rider is riding is, he's riding on top of the dragon, and it's 40 feet above you.
How high is the dragon when it's at its lowest when it's doing this like dive and fire thingy?
Oh, he only dropped like 20 feet, so mostly moved over and then down and just
Can Theo see the rider at this point?
perhaps on your turn,
Yeah. Okay. Cool.
depending on where you are. Yeah.
Mhm.
And where you are, you might be able to. Definitely better than Vanderbris, who is, for lack of a better term,
Under the dragon.
under the dragon.
Right. Okay. Didn't want to use this just yet, but I think this large beast merits it.
Disintegrate.
DC 21.
What is the save?
Dex.
Yeah, it's gonna choose to succeed and use one of its legendary.
Didn't know it, but hey, one of those saves is burned.
Yep. Uses its legendary resistance for a save.
Now that is known. That still is half.
Yes, it will. It takes half damage, which is 76. So half of that is 38 points of damage. 38 points of force damage.
Force.
Cool. Good to know. Thank you. Okay. Is there anything else you would like to do on your turn, Bandbris?
Oh, that's everything I can try to do. That's it for me.
Avi.
When you say incapacitated, do you mean like
They are mechanically paralyzed and incapacitated. Take no actions or reactions. Automatically fail dex saving.
But they're not at a 0 on the, like, out, prone,
They're not prone.
unconscious?
They are not prone or unconscious, but they are. They can't move or speak. Automatically fail strength and dex saves. Any rolls against it have advantage, and any attacks are a critical hit if it gets within a melee attack.
Okay.
You know that they theoretically, because this is based on this incapacitation or paralyzation is caused by a frightened condition. You are aware that that could be like shaken out of if somebody did something to.
Mm-hmm. How many people can I have with this? Six creatures. Okay, that's not going to be worth it. Not at this time. Wait, I failed my fear save, so I don't have anything.
Oh, you did fare.
Yeah.
Yep.
So I'm not doing anything either.
I'm sorry, I forgot that.
Nope, no problem.
Welp. You can repeat your saving throw at the end of each of your turns.
Okay.
Need a 21 con.
Oh, con?
Con, not charisma, con.
What level
have,
monk are you?
I have to crit.
Yeah, and you did crit.
Hey, holy!
Hey, let's
Oh,
go.
there we go.
So you are no longer frightened or incapacitated. So your next round you will get to do something. Adama.
Oh wait, never mind. You're right. I'm level 7 now. I can't be frightened. Or I can use an action to end frightened.
You can end
Sorry.
either way. You would have used your
Yeah.
action.
Yep.
Yeah.
So, okay.
You did it.
Okay.
Thank you for that reminder, Tibian.
So
Gotcha.
Adama is currently incapacitated and frightened. He gets to make a con save. Nope. Still not there. Brawl. Nope. Let's see how the other groups do. Okay.
Someone.
The orc fighters. The orc fighters and the clerics are back in the game.
Let's go.
What would you like? The clerics get to do take one action. They are mostly 3rd level clerics. What would you like them to do?
That's what I was gonna ask. What level they were?
All of these are between 3rd and 4th level. Clerics are 3rd. Unless they have a name, they're 3rd level. And the only people who have a names are Adama, Varal, and the 2 brothers.
The only thing different about them is that they're all Vestru clerics.
Yep. They're all
Or
clerics.
specific about them is they're Vestru clerics.
They're Vestru clerics, which means half of them are Twilight clerics, half of them are Grave clerics.
That's a restoration. Does
Yeah,
that not affect,
get people out of the feared condition, I guess.
Okay.
Yeah. Specifically our big boys.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so then in that case, we will you have 15 clerics. Your orcs are good. Your orc fighters are clear. Your clerics are clear. You can get Adama and Varal and the 2 Tharkin's sons and or Taskin's sons, not Tharkin, Taskin's sons, and so that's 4, and
Actually, it would be calm emotions. They can get a 20-foot square each casting that suppresses fear.
What is that one called?
calm
Calm
emotions.
Oh shit.
20-foot radius sphere centered on a point. So 40-foot diameter.
Okay, you can get them all. You can get them all if you let them do calm emotions.
Yeah, let's do that.
Mhm.
Sounds good to me.
Right. So now all of the fighters are back in play on their turn. Theo.
All right. It's my turn, and how do I? Do I see the person riding the thing at this vantage?
Let's see.
About 20 feet up, and this thing's like might be like 10 feet. It's a lot of-
Yeah. I'm just trying to see if you might see a part of them. The wing might be in your way.
Mhm.
Right? Like just the shape of the creature.
Okay.
I would let you roll for it, but I would also make depending on the spell, I might make you make an attack roll at disadvantage. Or no,
Okay.
I might instead of a disadvantage, I might give them like half cover.
Okay. Well, I mean, first of all, I think Theo is going to do magical girl transformation into kind of like the Final Fantasy summon version of herself. So she looks more unearthly. Her clothes and her hair kind of like act like they're underwater. She has like this glow around her, and her eyes are like bright green. And she is going to, as a bonus action, reach out toward the dragon and just look at it and just whisper halt.
Okay.
And that's a command at bonus action.
And bonus action, what's the save?
Save is 20.
What's the
It's a wisdom save.
wisdom? It will choose to succeed. 2.
Okay, and then
It's legendary resistance.
I will can I roll to see if I can see this person? Because I kind of don't want to if I don't see it.
Yes, you can roll me a perception
Yeah.
to see if you can see them.
Yeah.
I'll
So
say
I don't want to target unless Theo can actually see it.
yeah.
16.
So you can see them.
She will cock her head and just say, "And who are you on the back? You're doing a poor job of showmanship." I'm not impressed. And I'll use my my action of for vicious mockery. So whatever that thing is needs to make a wisdom save at 20. She'll say that pretty loudly too.
Yeah.
She's stage talking at it.
25.
Okay, nothing happens.
Hope has a face.
What's it look like? Not Pope's face, but what is the figure?
The figure, it looks like
I can see
a suit of armor, but it looks old.
Ooh.
It doesn't look like any fashion you recognize of any of the places that you've ever been. A full helm, a long tail coming off the top of the helm, a large, and you can see it kind of gauge. what looks like perhaps a bastard sword.
Hmm.
A actual bastard sword and not what Cloud carries around. Which is a hand and a half long sword. Wreathed currently in green flames.
Oh.
A full breastplate, and you can see greaves and what looks like boots as it rides astride probably a modified a modified saddle of some sort. But it does take half damage from Vicious Mockery.
And she doesn't take any damage from Vicious Mockery, I think.
Yeah,
I think
it's
it's
all or
vicious,
nothing.
all
Oh
or
no, it's
nothing.
just it's dissonant it's dissonant whisper. Sorry.
Whispers, yeah.
That was my fault. Yeah. Hey Tibian.
Oh, hi, hello. It is me. I need to get that sheet off of my thing. I'm going to move a couple of feet
Mhm.
this way, and I'm going to use my action to stab the Rod of Alertness into the ground and activate its protective aura. It will cast a bright light of 60-foot radius around the entire arena, plus an additional 60 feet of dim light. But more importantly, anyone within that 60-foot radius will get, who is friendly to me, gets +1 bonus to their AC and saving throws, and also can sense any invisible hostile creatures within the bright light. It lasts for 10 minutes.
Good to know.
Yep.
So everybody
It'll be like-
is basically everybody that that's not a spectral flying dragon or riding said spectral flying dragon.
Yeah, basically the entire arena except like this little spot back here.
What was the bonus for saves for that?
It's +1. It's +1
Okay.
to AC, +1 to saving throws.
Excellent, good. Every little bit.
Yeah, every little bit.
Is there anything else you would like to do on your turn?
I don't think I have any just like basic bonus actions if I don't hit anything. Can I will run back to Bandabris and I will help them with anything they need. That's an action you can do in this game, right? You can
Yes, you can
assist
do a help.
someone.
You can do the help action. Yes.
I will do a help action in whatever he needs assistance with, if anything, during this round. And that will be that.
Cool. It's now our friend's turn. And so let's see. First things first. Does our dragon get its breath back? No. Instead, it's going to swoop down. And because right now, where's Javi? Map. Somewhere. Oh, there. Yes. Most of you are targeted there. You know, there are these two things here. It's going to come around and swoop down on Bandabris and Tibian. And Spider is going to jump off at that moment. And use its speed to move forward, while the dragon is going to make 2 claw attacks and then a bite attack. As you can kind of realize, Tibian, that you're up close now, and it kind of is still half in the actual stone. Its wingspan would be constrained by what remains of the walls of this bridge on either side, but instead the wings kind of continue out through the stone themselves, and it continues and is going to take a claw attack at one at Bandibris, one at Tibian, and then a bite attack at Tibian. So the claw attacks first. Just worry about the top button because it's being weird.
Oh no.
So luckily it's not a crit because it's only the top one. So a 28 against a Tibian and a 13 against Bandibris.
Okay. I'm going to use my reaction to interpose what's left of my arcane shield in front of Tibian, so whatever damage is dealt, reduce it by 14.
Okay. So Tibian's going to get hit. Bandibris, do you get hit?
No.
Okay. So Tibian, you will take 14 necrotic damage as the claw just kind of goes more through you. Well, the 14 doesn't actually hit you because there's a big shiny shield in front of you, and you realize
But
that
a claw still goes through me.
yeah, and you feel it, like kind of pull through you in this moment, and it's the worst case of pins and needles and like creatures crawling on your spine moment. And then a bite attack will come at you. Only worry about the top button, top roll. 29.
Yeah, just barely, but it'll hit.
That's 32 cold damage.
Okay.
And your speed is halved until the start of the
Oh,
dragon's
no.
next turn.
Oh no,
Oh,
Tibian's
What will
mortal.
Tibian do with, I don't know, 60 feet of movement?
Look!
Okay.
But,
Take or get. This is a ghost dragon. This is a ghost dragon.
yep.
Sorry, a
Um,
ghost bird? Ghost very large bird?
So, where is our rider friend is going to come up on Adama because that's who's there. And is going to engage in Dama. Make yeah. With this glowing 26 will actually hit Adama.
I will use my reaction to just create like a little bit of a thunderclap before he strikes, and I'm gonna use silvery barbs, so it has to make another roll.
Let's make another attack. Make another attack. 23. He is currently rolling it at advantage. So still better than the 26, but we'll actually hit Adama by 1. But that's okay.
I'm checking.
Well, perhaps not so okay, actually. 10 slashing damage and 18 necrotic damage. 28 damage.
Oh.
He's still looking pretty good, actually. So that's attack 1. Then attack 2. Will not hit.
Okay. Second part of silvery bar, I was just checking if it saves, if it makes it change anything. But you know what? I can choose a different creature to give advantage on the attack roll, ability check, or saving throw too. So you know, I'm gonna make this dramatic and kind of feed in with what me and Tibian were talking about earlier. I'm gonna give it to Viral. Come on.
Okay, well, right now, we'll come back to that.
Yeah.
Right now, Rider of Dragon is trying
Rider
to
Dragon.
hit
Just-
into Adama. He only got 1 hit beyond Adama's shield.
Oh,
Oh, I keep forgetting that he adds that +3, but it doesn't matter. It what it is. And he final attack 21 will also not be hit. Dama. He free. That is their action. Bandbris. Your turn.
All right. I'm guessing the dragon's within 60 feet of me, correct?
The dragon is on top of you.
it's like
So
20
within
feet.
60 feet.
It's
Uh,
not.
Just right. Just,
You know,
Just
by
making sure.
definition, yeah.
uh,
Yes.
let's have this dragon relive their worst childhood memories. Mind sliver. So, DC 21 int save for psychic damage.
Intelligence save, you say?
Yep. DC 21 int save.
Only take the top roll.
oh, you gotta be
16. It will take that. It will take this.
No, top roll is 22. So,
No, the top roll is
Saves.
16. 16, then 22. I have.
oh, it shows the other
Oh.
on ours.
Okay. Yeah.
I will I will. Whatever.
I will
Okay.
take the 16.
Yeah, I'll take the 16. If you say
uh,
16, then it's 16.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is
have a hard
16.
bargain.
Okay.
In this case, I will make sure I call the rolls because that shouldn't. I
Okay.
don't know why this is happening, but I'm pretty sure it's just a
so
plug-in issue.
11
Okay.
psychic damage, and the next save that it makes is at a minus D4.
Okay.
Oh.
11
that's
psychic
nice.
damage.
Yep, 11 psychic.
Cool. 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 And then minus a d4 to its save. Good to know. Is there anything else you would like to do on your turn?
No, well, yes, I'm going to move even closer now to Mortal Tibian. Because
Yes, don't worry. You are not out of, you are in no way, shape, or form going to take an attack of opportunity in the moment. You are not outside.
I am not moving out of its threat range. I am most definitely inside its threat range.
There's not a lot of threat range that you could like leave. In this,
Yeah.
where this dragon is right now.
Pretty much,
so
yeah.
I will move adjacent so I can better use some of my other abilities in the future.
Avi.
Let's see. I am going to. Why not? As a bonus action, I'm going to step into Adama's shadow and pop out behind the guy.
Okay. So now you are flanking him.
And
This,
cast fist.
Cast fist at advantage.
I did not roll with advantage. Tried to tell it to roll with advantage.
Oh,
Oof.
No, that will not hit.
Uh,
You get to make multiple attacks this. Correct?
yes. Okay.
$27 will hit.
So with a 27, he takes 10 damage, 7 of it bludgeoning, 3 of it and magical bludgeoning, and 3 of it is divine.
Thank you.
Kind of trying to pay attention to whether or not the extra divine damage actually does anything out of the ordinary, being that this is some sort of undead
It
that I've
does.
never seen before.
Yes, it is an undead thing of evil and destruction and full plate armor.
Okay.
With. Can you make me a perception check, please?
I
since you want to
empty.
know. 13. The scroll. There's an acid etched scroll work in the chest piece of the armor that is distinctive. It looks like some sort of heraldry that you can vaguely recall having seen before, but it's not coming to you in this particular moment, right? There's a lot going on.
Is the
A lot of
armor
things.
itself tangible, or is everything spectral?
The armor appears more tangible than everything else, but
Okay.
there still has a level of spectral to it.
Okay, just curious. Thank you.
If you had to guess, the armor is much more tangible than it.
Okay.
It's now Adama's turn. He gets. I forgot the fact that he can parry. Well, he now gets to. He gets to make a bunch of attacks with his sword. Alright. Oop. Okay, you know what? I'm just gonna do it this way because apparently Roll20 doesn't like me today. 13, that's not going to hit. Well, he has advantage, right? Advantage. 14, not going to hit. Second attack. 27 will hit. He gets to do... 11 points of damage, magical damage to this thing that he seems to be fighting. And then he gets to make another last attack. With advantage will hit. And will take only 6 points of damage, however. But as he shifts everything, he is also going to, on that last... he's going to expend a superiority die, and use a bonus action to feint. Which will, well, no, he's not going to do that because he already has advantage. He's just going to shift himself into a more protective stance. Viral, however. Viral. He is going to do a thing. Yes. He is going to pull his rapier out and toss it into the air. And it spins around as it's going to then make an attack on this dragon friend. 14 ain't gonna hit, though. It ain't gonna hit. And as an action, he is going to cast on directly on top of the dragon in a 5-foot cube. Cloud of Daggers. As he just whistles and a little cloud of daggers sits on top of your dragon, spectral dragon friend. That is Viral's turn. Out of curiosity. 640 at the start of their turn. Well, yeah, I always like to start seeing how much damage it'll cost, you know. 7 points of damage on this first attack. So all 4 of your groups are now active. You've got clerics, 2 fighters, and a bard. What would you like them to do in this moment? You're muted. Oh.
Fighters, fire for effect on the dragon.
Alright. So let's see. Let's see how they do. Well, your orc fighters are definitely doing better today. Oh, yeah, just humans, orcs. I went in alphabetical order on that one. The orc archers will hit the dragon. The humans, I think, were just a little off target, which just seems a little awkward. We'll use the same damage as the 8 damage for the Cloud of Daggers. Hey Theo, it'd be your turn.
Ah. All right. Similar thing to the Just gonna look down at the armored figure. It's like that was a nice entrance, but the performance. I can see that the dragon's the real star of this, and I think you're just gonna be a footnote in this whole thing. Vicious Mockery. Wisdom save.
Wisdom save. Cool. 24.
4. Okay. Nice. He has a pretty good wisdom. Okay, and then looking at her whip, looking at her dragon. It's been a long flight. All these attacks must be tiring. Halt. Bonus action to command. Wisdom save again.
At a minus D4.
Okay. Roll it. This way. $23.
Oh, yeah. Okay, it succeeded.
It was close!
It was close.
It just rolled really well.
Yeah, it rolled pretty damn well. Alright, that's it.
On their turn. Oh no, it's Tibian's turn first. Your speed is halved, Tibian.
Oh boy, the humanity.
Yeah.
I am going to I'm gonna strike it with I'm gonna attempt to strike it with Riptide.
Oh yeah. Yes.
32. I'm going to attempt the stunning strike it. I'm going to use a key point. The save is 17 against con.
17 con.
Is that not a 20? Oh my god, it's a 19.
17. $26.
Oh, okay. So it needs to roll a 4. Good to know, good to know. It's 10 bludgeoning damage for that attack.
Yep.
I will hit it again for 25. 13.
23 bludgeoning damage.
Yep. And then you know, I'm gonna try. It's a ghost, but I'll try anyways. I'll try to see if I can make an opposed athletics check to see if it'll grapple. Might as well.
I'm gonna say something here.
Yeah.
Before you try. You know mechanically that can't happen. The pure size of this creature, you can't grapple it.
But it's more of checking if it'll just go through him for other various effects that most of my attacks are grapple related. Or like,
true.
I have to touch it.
You
do
you can
something.
touch it. You can touch it, and you see that it's done damage. Not as much as you would
Yeah.
expect,
Yeah.
but it's done damage, and you just know this is the size of a ship.
Hmm. So what you're
Right.
saying is I need more gains to be able to grapple it?
Yeah, or a really big net. But mechanically speaking, it's a huge creature. Therefore, it are
That's valid.
a small creature. You cannot grapple something that is 3 sizes bigger than you.
Well, not with that attitude. Okay. Then I will go for the third bonus attack since I did
Yep.
hit it.
You did.
With Riptide again.
Yep.
Oof, 18.
We'll still hit it. Like I said, it is a
Oh.
huge creature. It is. The hitting it is not the problem.
Yeah. And I'll try again. I'll use another key point to see if it'll stun. 17 save. Con.
$28.
One day. And that will be my turn.
Cool. On the ghostly dragon's turn. Let's see if it gets its breath weapon back. It does not. It, however, is going to move away from the spinning daggers. Wait, it's gonna take how many dagger damage? 7 more dagger damage as it moves through you guys. And halfway through these others to kind of come up on Viral, who, you know, is been doing stabbing damage at the moment. No, is it gonna go for Viral? Let me see. We're gonna play evens odds. It'll either go on an even. Evens it goes for Viral after being stabbied, or odds it'll go support its rider and go after Javi. Evens it's going after Viral. We'll just move this guy down here and that'll. Boop 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 boop. He's going to try and do 2 claw attacks against Viral. Ooh, and he crits on one and hits on the other. You have to be out of curiosity. Nope. Too far. Too far. He's going to do 24, 28, 14, 24, 14, 28, 42 points of necrotic damage to Viral. Oof. That's not good. That's not good. That was not a good thing. And then he's gonna do a bite attack, however, on somebody else. Because he can. Let's see who he hits. 1 Javi, 2 Adama, 3 random individual. 3 random individual.
No.
What would you like to say, Vanderbris?
Can't. It's got too far away from me.
It, yeah, still hasn't technically moved out of threat range because it's not that it really. Big old dragon. is going to bite on one of the. Let's see. Evens. Well, we've got human, orc fighter, orc cleric, human fighter, orc fighter, orc bard, dwarf cleric. Let's roll a d4. Who does he hit? Ooh, an orc fighter. Good to know. How is he going to chomp on them? Let us see. Let us see. Let us see. So 18 will hit because they don't have full. And we'll do 32 cold damage. Well, unfortunately, one of these orcs is down. Well, at 0 HP at the moment. That's okay. You might have cleric fix the problem. Currently being chomped on by a spectral giant head of a dragon. It looks very disconcerting because, again, spectral, so it's kind of see-through, so you can see inside its jaws to the individual that's there, that's being bitten. I believe it is Vanderbrus's turn.
Mind Sliver again.
Uh-huh.
So, DC 21 intelligence save, please. The dragon.
Jeez.
He crit.
Excellent. Nat 20.
Huh? Yeah, he crit.
It happens.
It happens.
That's my turn, because I need to test Tibia. Actually, no, I don't do something stupid.
Is there anything else you're going to do on your turn, Vanderbrus?
Yeah.
Oh, wait, hold on. Nope, still would have gone. I have to remember that all of your minions have a +1 to AC and plus. Oh, Vanderbrus, you're moving up closer.
Yeah.
Welcome to the party.
Actually, yeah, be right there, because there's another person on the opposite. Yeah. I'm at the party.
Mm-hmm. That it?
That's me.
Avi.
I am going to, let's see. I will cast a spell. I'm going to cast Aura of Life.
Okay.
So in a 30-foot radius out from me, it's centered on me. Non-hostile creatures in the aura, including me, have resistance to necrotic damage. Their hit points maximums cannot be reduced, and if they start, when they start their turn, if they're at 0 hit points, they regain 1 hit point.
Well, that will definitely help the orc fighter who's currently in the mouth of the dragon.
Mm-hmm. And what else do I want to do? So, Viral, Adama, the fighter that's in the mouth of the dragon, and a variety of people due to cold damage, they've taken damage, correct?
Yes, they've taken damage.
I'm going to cast Mass Healing Word.
Can you do that?
It's a bonus action.
Yeah, but...
Oh, right, because the cantrip thing. Yeah.
Yeah, the...
Gotcha. Never mind. Then yeah, I'm done.
Okay. Fun fact, I skipped our friend the Death Knight. So he's gonna go before Adama and Viral. And, he's, going to pass. Now that all of you people are up close and personal with him, he's going to slam the heel of his boot down and strike the pommel of his still glowing sword against his shoulder of his of his breastplate, and a burst of this black green wave.
Nope.
Yeah, I think
What-
yeah we'll.
I need. What level are you casting at, sir?
I've got a 5th level. Let's use it.
That's fair. He kind of gets annoyed by that. So he's going to stab somebody in front of him. Good luck, it's me. And I believe there are like a whole bunch of people around him, so I'm going to stab out at Vandabris, but Adama is going to make a move. So Vandabris, as this sword swings out towards you, the Adama swings his shield up and around to force it to be disadvantaged, which means they need a 16. Will that hit you?
No, that misses.
It is now Adama's actual turn. Counterspell. And Adama is going to make a an attack. Not one is not gonna hit. 25 will. Oh wait, he has advantage. So
That's a 12.
the 12 is not gonna hit. The 25 will. And the 29 will. For 17 slashing magical. Alright. So that's what Adama is basically just as he spins the shield in front of Vandabris, steps forward, spins the sword, and takes one parrying thrust, shifts his step to the half step to the left, and does 2 and 3 to strike at this spectrally armored figure. And you can hear a clang, and that first strike struck armor and shield, but it sounded off. Sounded hollow in a way, but it also sounded muted. Just not right in any manner. Baral is going to take that dancing rapier and strike out at the dragon again. And the 13 will actually hit. For 9 piercing magical damage. And he will give a bardic inspiration to Tibian. So you get a D12 Bardic Inspiration.
I'll take that.
But that is where we're going to end. The dragon, well, the ghost of a dragon, its ghostly rider, and an army looking for a lid. But you all survived so far. How we doing? How we feeling?
Feeling good, feeling good.
Hope has eyes. I'm What's wrong?
I'm having Kryn-related flashbacks.
Oh, Kryn related flashbacks. Oh, really? Who's Kryn? Hope?
We both know what Kryn is.
Oh, no, I said whose, as in possessive.
It's not who, it's place.
Well, thanks everyone for being here. Thanks everyone for hanging out. Thanks you wonderful people in chat for being here. I have been your friendly neighborhood Prax and your wonderful GM for the night. I will do my spiel at the end, so why don't we go around, let all of my wonderful players say who they are, where you can find them online, and share some love and what you think next week will bring. So why don't we go in reverse order, starting with Pope?
Hey everybody, Pope here. Pope Robo on Twitter, Pope Robo on Twitch. I work in all your streams. First business, then pleasure. If you want to see more of this silly face, get a number of opportunities. Coming up next is over on Wandering DM, Monday, 8:30 p.m. Eastern. We're getting close to the end in Montreal by night. Things are falling apart. And if you want to see the disassembly of confidence of at least 2 vampires, come and see that. While I have a feeling another one is planning to cause trouble, good trouble. So definitely would love to have you come on by. Also, definitely go if you've got time. Check out Channel Other Doc. They're doing a lot of things. Some of these folks you will see on that channel, as they have made a turn for Electric Bastionland and Don't Rest Your Head. So definitely give them some love if you have the time. And love for tonight. I love that Tibia and Vanderburst have become somewhat of a team, as it were, and have so far survived the big chicken. And we'll see if we will continue to do so. Theo going full glamour bard and just throwing spells and making people expend their special abilities is probably what's going to save our butts. And it is very intriguing to finally see Javi like he's angry. We haven't seen him angry. He has just been so calm and even keel. And we haven't met the Lich yet. So tune in, because I have a feeling escalation is in the cards. And thank you so much for being here. We're live, VOD, YouTube. A story is nothing without its audience. You're much part of this as we are. Take care of yourselves, one another, and I'll see you soon.
Indeed. And next up, hey, Lynn, how are you? How's life going for you?
Good, excellent. God, it's so nice to fight a well, what I call it, a serpentine glider,
Yes.
spectral glider, and some knight on it. We don't know what a dragon is. Could be a dragon. Those are gone. But I'm Lynn, Grimlin art pretty much everywhere. Find my art there, and next time you'll be able to see me is next Saturday for Cyber New Gods on Warning DM, where we are fighting the Thunder God Raijin, so that should be interesting. It just arrived in the outside of the coffee shop, and it's just shooting thunder and lightning everywhere. So we can't really hide what's going on. Can't really hide a giant ripped blue like demon guy with drums. Should be fun. And yeah, but I loved Brandimus's like idea of the tower. It's like, could build a center. Could just build the tower